Hello and welcome back to Ask 9. Thanks for joining us here in the streaming studio. I'm Becky Phelps, joined today by Emily Schrad.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Hey, how are you liking the weekend shift?
It's really great. I've been liking it a lot. Not getting up at a really early hour, super great. I love the new shift. It's awesome.
That'll make a big difference.
For sure.
But you're taking some time here with us on Ask 9 for Emily's Ask an Anchor. This I've been really looking forward to. For those who may not know, Emily and I are good friends outside of work. We spend a lot of time together.
We do.
So I'm wondering if I can learn anything today about Emily. We'll see if there's any surprises.
I might have a trick up my sleeve.
I've challenged her to bring anything I don't know. We'll see what she's got. Okay, but we will start with Emily, how did you get into journalism?
Oh, such a great question. So I'm really bad at math. I've never been good at math. And I've always been really good at writing.
A common theme with us, I think, actually.
We came into journalism because they told us there would be no math.
Yeah,
but
do it.
Yeah, in high school, I was always really good at writing, always loved writing. My mom said, why don't you try journalism? Because I was going into college and I was like, I don't know what I want to do with my life because I'm 18 and have no clue about life.
Did you guys have anything like in high school that was like that?
Not really. I mean, we took college classes, but and we had like a yearbook, but we didn't have any journalism classes at my high school. But my mom was like, why don't you try journalism? You like to write, go for it. So when I got to school, I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to be a journalism major. I took a few journalism classes and it really just kind of stuck. Went from there, yeah.
Okay, we have some photos and some videos of early Emily. Would you rather start with the video or the photos?
We can start with the video, and I can give some backstory to it.
Okay.
Because when I was in
what should we know before this video?
When I was in my journalism major, I started at our campus newspaper. We had a campus newspaper, a campus newscast, and a campus radio station.
Okay.
And so I didn't know what kind of journalism I wanted to go into. I just knew I liked to write. So I started at the campus newspaper and I was like, yeah, this is cool, sure, you know. And then my friend who I was sitting next to in the paper one day, she was like, you should come do Coyote News is what we called it because we were the Coyotes, USC.
South Dakota,
University
right?
of South Dakota.
All right.
Go Yotes.
We disagree strongly on how to say the word coyote. But I'm gonna move past that because this is her day.
We can get into a big debate about it. But my friend was like, you should come try out Coyote News. I think you would like it a lot. So I came on a Wednesday and I was like, wow, this is actually really cool. I think maybe I want to go into broadcast journalism. And I really dove right in. Like by the end of that semester, I was directing. I was interested in producing. I was like, maybe I should try that. And that next semester, I was our daily news update producer. So those are like little segments we would do every day. And then the next semester, I was producing the whole show with my friend who suggested, hey, maybe you should be in Coyote News. So it really kind of downward spiraled as soon as I joined. And I was like, well, I'm in it now. Too late to turn back.
Too late. This is the only career option possible.
But I enjoyed it a lot. And I really wanted to be a producer. I was like, don't ever put me in front of the camera. I want to be behind the scenes. No, thank you on the camera thing. But then my advisor was like, hey, you've produced daily news updates. Maybe you should anchor them. Just try it. Just try it out.
Just for fun.
And I was like, I don't know about that. And she was like, I want you to do it. And I was like, okay, I guess. All right, Michelle. Her name was Michelle.
Okay, so we are about to see one of the daily updates.
This is one of the first times I was ever on camera.
Okay. This is a YouTube video. Bear with us. Here we go.
This is a daily news update from Coyote News.
Good morning, Coyotes. I'm Emily Schrad. In today's top stories, President Gestring delivered
Emily!
His little baby me.
Juniors and seniors will be visiting
The glasses haven't changed much.
Not much. I like a style.
University President Sheila Gestring delivered her second State of the University.
The voice has changed a lot.
The voice, yeah.
A main topic of her speech was renovating.
I think you're also a little more comfortable.
Oh, I'm so robotic here. I'm like, my advisor was like, move your head so you don't look like a robot, and I took that so literally.
Attention to the importance of the initiative as.
And these were all recorded, so I don't know why I was like so stiff about it, but I was just new. And I don't really know what's going on with my eyebrows.
That's okay.
But we all had that phase.
Yeah.
So that was my very first experience of being on camera.
Oh. How old do you think you were there?
Oh, probably like 21.
Okay.
Yeah. 2021. Because that was towards the end of my senior year, I believe. Because I had done all the behind the scenes work, and my advisor was really pushing me to go on camera. So, yeah, it was, and even after that, still I was like, I still don't really think I want to be on camera. I took an internship in my hometown as a producer, and by the end of that, they had me producing full shows, and I was really like, I was getting gung-ho on being a producer. And so then the next summer, I interned with them again, and I was like, well, can I just be a reporter just so I know I can do it?
I think that's huge. And that's really, that's a big thing these days, is getting people to at least try every part of being in news.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit more experienced and you know how it works.
Yeah, and in my mindset, I was like, if I know how to be a reporter, I can relate to them better as a producer. And that's where I was like, I want to make sure I know all angles of it. And so I did it. And then what happened was, after I was done interning, my boss was like, hey, I have a producer spot open and I have a reporter spot open. When you graduate, which one do you want? And somewhere in my brain I said, reporter. And
look at you go.
And look at me go. Yeah, this is
go.
From my time as a reporter in Sioux City. That one on the left, there was a big power outage at the hospitals.
Okay.
And so we were reporting from there. The one on the right was this huge outdoor expo that we would cover every year, and there's so many things to do. And there was this guy who had these raptors, these birds, and I was like, that owl's really cool. And he was like, you want to hold it? And I was like, I can do that.
Oh, were you scared?
I was so scared. I was like, he's gonna bite my face off. And the guy was like, no, he's really cool. And I should have done like a stand-up with him so that like people could have seen it on camera. But I was like, just take my picture and then I'll be done. He was really heavy too.
Really?
Yes. You wouldn't think, but he was like, I was like, ugh, like struggling to hold him up. And it just is, I love pictures like these because it's so fun to kind of show the day in and day out of a reporter, because really, no 2 days are the same. One is a hospital power outage and one's an owl. Like you get.
So some days are like fun. Some days are
a little bit more serious. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was, yeah. Oh, these are fun too. So the one on the right is the first time I ever anchored a full show. Ever.
And I love your hair in this.
It's so curly.
You somehow look younger in that photo than you did in the college video.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was trying really hard in the college one. I didn't really know what I was doing makeup-wise, hair-wise, anything.
It's a very adorable hair look.
Yeah, and that was when my hair decided it liked to hold a curl. Now I can't get it to curl to save my life. But yeah, that was the first time I remember I was doing like our cut-ins. Like you guys will see these sometimes on our news, like you're watching a program and a little bit of our news cuts in.
Yeah, like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
or
like very short.
10.
Yeah, news things. So I was doing those because they were having me anchor over Christmas because a bunch of people were going to be gone. And that day, the noon anchor was like, I'm really sick. I need to go to urgent care. I can't anchor. And I was like, I'll do it, I guess.
Wow.
So it was a very last minute, you're doing the noon. And I was like, I was so scared. I was like, this is scary.
That is scary.
Yeah. And so
That's a lot all at once.
Yeah. So all the practice came in and I was like, you can do it. And then I did it. And I think I blacked out for most of it.
That's the first one will be like that.
Yeah. It really will.
Get through the first one. And then you get comfortable.
Yep. And so I did that one and I ended up anchoring over Christmas. The one on the left is my first ever caucus night. Because first caucus in Iowa, big deal.
Huge deal.
Right?
Yeah. People come to work in Iowa so they can cover the caucuses and elections. It's so big here.
It was a crazy night. We were stationed at one of the local high schools for, I think, the Republican caucus that year. This was probably what year did I graduate? This was 2020, I believe. This was the beginning of 2020, right before COVID hit, I believe. And so we were covering the caucuses, and fun fact, Doug Burgum showed up to this place, and you might remember his name. He was a candidate
running for president
last time.
Yeah.
Not this time, but he was governor of North Dakota in this moment. And we got the exclusive interview with him because the other stations that were there covering had left. And so we were like, hey, governor of North Dakota, you're here,
What was he doing there?
He was representing one of the candidates, I believe, or endorsing one of the candidates. So we were like, hey, Doug Burgum, want to do a quick interview with us? And he did, and we got the exclusive. So I met Doug Burgum.
Look at you.
Yeah, first ever caucus. I felt pretty proud of myself. So yeah, fun times in reporting in the beginning.
You never know what's going to happen.
You truly don't. You got to prepare for anything.
Okay, so do you have a favorite kind of story to cover, or even like one story in particular that has stuck out to you? How long have you been in the business now?
Almost 8 years.
Okay.
If you count everything in between, like internships and everything.
Yeah. I think if it was at a station, it counts.
Yeah. So almost 8 years, because I've been here almost 4. My my anniversary is in January.
Time
so
flies,
coming up,
guys.
yes. But my favorite stories are always going to be the feel-good stories, the human interest stories. I love telling people's stories. So one of the ones that sticks out to me particular is, I'm not sure how long ago, this is probably about a year now. Somebody had reached out to us on email and they said, hey, I went to Linn-Mar, I'm writing a book, I'm self-publishing this book, and it's based off a prompt my English teacher gave me when I was in school. And the first chapter is basically that prompt, and I'm dedicating it to her and I want to surprise her. Can you help me? And I was like, I'm all over this. Everybody else step down. This one's on me. And so I coordinated with her and I coordinated with the school. And we said, we're going to tell the teacher we're doing a teacher appreciation story. So we sat her down. I was on the phone with the student so she could hear everything I was saying. And I said, when I say this thing, this is when you come in. And so we were doing this teacher appreciation story. And once I said the one question, she walked in and she was like, hey, excuse me. And the teacher was like, what's happening? Like, we're in the middle of an interview right now. And then it finally clicked. She was like, that's my student. And she was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And they were like hugging. We caught it all on camera. And she was like, I'm dedicating this book to you. And it was so emotional and so beautiful. And we caught it all on camera. And it's one of my favorite stories that I've done.
That's so wonderful when people think to like reach out for us for things like that.
Yeah.
People love to see those stories.
And they trust us to tell them, which is really nice.
Yeah. We have one very fun photo that I still don't totally... I've heard the story behind this many times, and it still baffles me a little bit. Okay. This photo's titled Bings, for the record. That's the name of it. Emily, walk us through Bings.
Yes, so this was one of my old coworkers, Claire. She's a sweetheart, love her to death. She's down in Kansas City now. But when we were at our first station, they had kind of a partnership with a local candy company in town, Palmer's Candy Company, and their signature candy is a twin Bing. And essentially it's like this, it looks like a little mound, and it's chocolate and peanuts cut with a cherry center. And people love these. You either love them or you hate them.
The twin Bing?
Twin Bing, because they come in a pack of 2.
Okay, so you'll explain. Okay,
yes, and so we did so many parades at my first, we would be like asked to go to so many parades, and so every summer you would do like 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, depending on how many you were scheduled to do parades. And in these parades, we would throw Bings. Those were our candy, and the saying was, "Hey KTIV, fling me a Bing." And we would have that on the side of our car, but people would make signs and they would yell and shout, like the adults were getting into it. And so we were flinging Bings all summer, and that is, honestly, I love to do it. I think it was really, really fun. And people get so into it. And
that is a fun tradition.
My Bing throwing arm got really good towards the end there.
Did it? Accuracy,
yes.
like right in the kid's little basket.
There was a couple times I hit right in the basket. And there was also a couple times that I threw way overshot, and people were like, because you got to pay attention, otherwise you're going to get hit by a Bing. And that has happened too.
We're not allowed to throw candy anymore.
Right, exactly.
In parades.
Yeah.
So you did a lot of parades.
So, more than I could count, honestly.
Do you still like to do them?
I do. I think they're fun. It's a fun way to get out in public and see people face to face and let them see you and be like, oh, I see you on TV. You're a real person. That's
true. We exist.
Yeah, we do exist outside of the TV. Yes. So I do like doing them, although we don't do as many here, but that's just a fun memory I have from my first station is doing. And we did parades when it was 100+ degrees outside and the Bings were melting, and we would do parades,
I'm going to try and pull up a photo of a what's a twin?
Twin Bing.
Do they still make them?
Oh yeah, it's Palmer's Candy like signature, and they have different flavors too. Like in
We're
the
gonna
summer,
pull up the desktop here.
in the summer they do like a s'mores flavor, and they have like a caramel one. Yeah, like this purple one is caramel. But the signature is that like chocolate peanut covered with cherry. Like if you go like
Okay, here we want like this picture.
Yeah. So the center is cherry, and the rest of that mountain stuff is like chocolates and peanut.
I mean it looks good.
I'm not kidding you when I tell you it's very controversial.
The flavor's controversial?
Yeah, you either love it or you hate it. Like, if you bring it up to people in Sioux City, they're like, ew, Bing's gross. No, absolutely not. Or they're like, yes, Bing's are great. I brought one to Joe one time, and he was like, these are so good. You need to bring me one every time you go home. And I was like, you can find them here. I've seen them here in Cedar Rapids.
No, I think you need to go and get, like, a bucket of Bings, and then maybe hand them out as awards.
Yeah, maybe, like, bring my fling-in arm back.
Yes, bring the fling-in arm.
Maybe I'll have to do that.
We need a Bing collection.
Yeah, and the ones we would fling would be like singular packs.
Okay.
Easier to throw that way.
You don't want your marksmanship
messed
up by the dual Bing.
Yeah. But those are just some of the fond memories I have from my very first station.
Okay. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to find a Bing somewhere. Okay.
Bring them out.
8 years.
Yeah.
In the industry.
Oh gosh.
What are some of the most frequently asked questions that you get? What do you want people to know, so they don't have to
continue
email
asking
you at 3 o'clock in the morning when you've just gotten into produce?
Well, a lot of people when I'm out on shoots will be like, do you get nervous doing that? I'm like, not so much anymore. When I was first starting, I was a nervous Nelly every time I was on camera, especially going live. I was like, like shaking. Like my very first day full time was a winter storm, and they were like, you're going live. Cause you know, we gotta go live when there's a winter storm. And I remember like rushing with a photographer to our spot, cause I was like, I mean, in college, they give you a week to do a story.
Yeah.
You know, and when you're thrown in, we get a day. Like from start, I mean, like a couple hours.
9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Turn it around.
The deadline's very quick, and you have to learn that very quickly. And so I was like, you know, like trying to go and like.
Day one.
Yeah.
So confused.
It was
probably lost in the storm.
Yeah, it was, and I mean, I had done the interning, and I had gotten a little taste of that, but it was so like, here you go, thrown in the fire, metaphorically. And so that was nerve-wracking, but now that I've been doing it for so long, it is so like second nature. It's like, all right, here we go. Yep, okay, yeah. Like it's very
one take wonder.
Yeah, well, honestly,
live shots.
I do prefer live shots for that reason, because it's like you got to get it down. You think about it. You're like you do it the one time. When we're recording, it's like, okay, I can do this so many times. I can make it perfect. So I find myself doing it way more if I'm recording.
Yeah, there's something a little bit freeing about knowing that it's live and whatever happens, and you just gotta go on.
Yeah, it truly is. Another thing people will ask me, especially when I show up to shoots, is, oh, you're just by yourself? It's just you? Because a lot of times we are a one-woman show. And
that's a good one.
I have to say, and people here know this, but like I kind of prefer to work alone, because at my first station, we really didn't have that. Our photographers were also editors for the show, so they were pretty busy doing that most of the time. So I would say 99% of the time I was by myself.
You're just used to that.
Yeah, I'm used to that. I like to be in control of things, and I like to see it from the start and do the editing and do the writing and see it to the finish. And so really, I do prefer working alone, and people will be like, do you need help with this? And I'm like, nope, I got it. I am so used to it.
You got the tripod.
Yep.
You got a huge camera bag.
I mean, the gear is heavy.
I have a bag in my camera bag for the microphone. Like you just come in, and you might look a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, but we're not. We promise.
We know how to open doors.
Yeah. We've gotten used to it over the years. And I do truly. It's like, and I also love solitude. So like if I have to drive a really long time, I'm like driving in the car for an hour, like up to Waterloo or something. And I'm like, yep, I'm just going to listen to Taylor Swift and chill out by myself. Think about what I'm wanting to ask my person on the way there. Think about like what shots am I going to get? And then on the way back, I'm thinking and kind of writing the story in my head and putting it all together so that when I get back, I'm just like,
That makes sense. You did it like that for a very long time.
Yeah. It's hard to break habit.
Yeah.
And so if I can work by myself, I'm usually going to, but there are times where I'm like, I might need help on this.
We are so lucky to have some really incredible photographers.
Yeah, they're great. So not to say that I don't like working with them.
Yeah.
It's just, that's just how I was.
That's what
I learned. Yeah, it's hard to break that. So those are kind of a couple of things I usually get when I'm out and about.
Those are good. It's just you. It's a good one. I get that all the time.
We get that a lot. Just you? Yep, just me.
Just me.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to share with the people?
I talked about the election thing and the first anchor thing. I'm going to tell you a story that you might not know. It's still news related.
I'm surprised.
It's my first ever breaking news situation.
Okay.
And it was when I was an intern. And this has two parts to it. So it was the first time I was interning and I was a producer. And I was driving into work. And all I could see driving into work was this huge black plume of smoke. And I was like, that's weird. That's probably not something that's good.
That's unusual.
And I got into work and everybody was running around like a chicken with their head cut off. And I was like, cool, something happened.
Well, for the record, if there is a black plume of smoke, please call the news.
Absolutely call.
And everyone is also calling the news. But just in case, you also call the news. But it's like, when something like that is happening, it goes chaos.
Yeah, it was chaos. And I walked in, people were running around crazy. We were breaking in. And I was like, I'd never seen that before. I was like, what is happening? A grain bin had exploded. A grain elevator, not even a bin, an elevator. So it was ridiculous. And I was like, and the producer that I was shadowing, he was like, we had this explosion. Sit down. I'll try to get something for you to do. Basically, he was like, sit down, shut up, and we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I know when to take a hint. So I'm just going to sit. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to wait for somebody to tell me something. He gave me something to do, and I was like trying to do it, and I don't even know what it was. But it was just chaos that day. And I was like, wow, okay, so this is what breaking news is like. So that's part one. Part two, we were covering this for months. It was like every day something on this grain bin elevator we were doing. And towards the end of it, they finally decided we're going to tear it down, because if we don't tear it down, it's going to fall down, and we can at least control the tear down. So we had a reporter out, and she was covering like, this is, you can see the cables going up. They're going to tear it down. We don't know when it's going to happen. She's like, in the middle of her live shot, starts coming down. Like mid newscast, it starts coming down. She's like, hey, she's like talking to our anchor. She's like, it's coming down right now. I'm going to put my mask on. I'm going to step out. I'm going to toss it back to you. And then our anchor was like, okay, blah, 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 blah. He's like, actually, I'm going to toss it back to you. Like, what are you seeing? Like, we were like, and I was in the booth. And I was like, this is crazy. And the producer I was shouting kind of took over, because I was like, this is not an intern thing. Yeah. This is a you thing. But it was really my first close-up taste of breaking news, and it was crazy that it was the same thing that like happened for both of them. And I commend that reporter. Her name was Ashley. I'm not sure where she's at now, but she was so calm and collected. And I was like, I was like, if I was you, I'd be freaking out right now. And now 8 years into it, I was like, no, I know, she stayed calm. Like I would have been fine if that were to happen now. But she did so good, and I was like mesmerized by that and by everybody just like working together on it, and it was crazy.
Was it like a big moment for you, thinking like, this is something I'd love to keep doing?
Yeah. And again, crazily, that was when I was producing. So I was like, this is so cool to see the behind the scenes work. And I don't really know what clicked in me to be like, I want to be a reporter, but it just kind of happened.
I'm glad it did.
Yeah, because it brought me here.
That's true.
So that's me.
That's a crazy day.
It was insane. I still think about it to this day, and like sometimes memories will pop up on my phone there's a giant hole in the grain elevator, and it was a crazy day. Maybe a couple years after it happened, I went to, because this happened in South Sioux City, Nebraska, because the area we were in was like a tri-state area with Iowa, Nebraska, and South Dakota. And so I went back to interview the chief of police of South Sioux City, and he had a picture on his wall of like the grain, and I was like, I remember that day. I was an intern. Like, it's crazy. He was like, yeah, that was terrible day, worst day ever. And I was like, yeah, I believe it. I remember. So there you go. I don't think I've ever told you that story.
No, that was new for me. Things like that are just so much to take in.
Yeah, it really was. It was a lot, and it was also very cool to see everybody coming together and like getting things done and getting the information out there. So,
Emily, thank you so much for coming on Ask 9.
Thank you for having me.
This is wonderful.
Yes.
I hope you all learned a little bit about Emily, and of course, as always, if you've got any questions you'd like us to look into, shoot us a message on Facebook, email us. We always look forward to hearing what you want us to talk about here on Ask 9. Have a great evening.